It's been quite a minute for me. I've still been playing games, obviously, but just really busy. A lot of funerals, a lot of expenses tied to that. A lot of mourning, but we're out of that hole, so to say. Still, never never quite gets you never quite get over stuff like that, but it lingers. But it just gets a little easier as time goes on. Those those out there who have lost, they can relate. Let's see. So yeah, we're gonna get into this. I am playing a lot of Avowed, so kind of disregard all the scrutiny that this game has gotten and that Avowed has gotten. Me personally, I haven't even necessarily like read into any of the scrutiny. Kind of heard this, that, or the other, so you guys can go ahead and do your own research if you're interested. Seemed like a lot of woke stuff. Now, hey, don't judge me. I don't get too political, but actually, I'm not political at all, to be honest. But uh, let's see here. Yeah, but I do hate when a good game comes out and then weird social issues kind of get tied in there. I mean, the only thing that I could really stand behind and be like, "Hey, that's not cool. Hey, that fix that right now," is just pay these people well. The people that make these games. These guys put in hours and hours and hours to make these games and come up with stories and this, that, and the characters, environments, and everything, weapons, etc., etc. Now, if a game's not good, I guess you're gonna have to let them know because then they're gonna keep producing shitty products. But come on, I've been playing games since the regular Nintendo. Okay, and I've had friends who've owned every single game, so I had to, the pick I was able to play everything, right? Um, so yeah, I think I'm a good judgment of what's a good game and what's not. And Dragon Age is amazing. Dragon Age is amazing. Avowed is amazing. Indiana Jones is pretty cool. Graphic wise, it's next level. What else? Starfield is amazing. Play Starfield. Now, mind you, I'm not a fan of Xbox at all. I'm not a fan of Xbox at all. Um, but they have, they know that their back is up against the wall. They have to produce something. Okay, so they came out with Indiana Jones. Okay, at first everybody's like, "Oh, Xbox it's an exclusive. They're coming back. They're finally delivering decent games." Nope, they gave that over to PlayStation. They lost too much money. They were like, "Hey, we need to figure this out." So let's see. That was a good one, though. Avowed is a good one. Starfield is a good one. How you doing? Thanks for tuning in. We're gonna get into this. I'm just explaining a few things. Explaining all of the good Xbox One exclusives. They don't have many, and it took them a million years to produce any, but they do have a few. Uh, well, anyways, let's hop into this and see what we can get into. I'm about like 6 or 7% through. Just pretty much
Okay,
started.
we'll need a boat to get there. Let's head to the dock.
Agreed. But first, we need to get a handle on what exactly is out there.
It changes by the hour.
Better than by the minute.
Sounds like a lot happened here.
What hasn't happened? This area is where Tevinter Magisters destroyed Arlathan City centuries ago. A whole lot of blood magic during the war.
And now?
Whatever Solus did stirred up everything again. The old blood magic from the war, it never went away. Ancient relics appear out of thin air, ruins float. It's like an old wound that never healed, and now it's bleeding again.
What a view.
That was the capital city.
That water
Arlathan.
looks crazy.
This is what's left of it after the war.
I don't imagine it floated back in the day.
And I know people that like really liked the game before this, loved it, beat it a million times over, every which different storyline that you could, but don't want to play this. I haven't gotten around to asking why. Maybe it's just time. I think the individuals I'm speaking of, you're quite busy, family and stuff going on, work and businesses and stuff like that. So probably don't have all the time in the world to play the game they want. But yeah, this one's better than the last one in my opinion. I beat the last game. Yeah, I remember that. Oh shoot.
I don't
This
like
is where I just was.
Losing contact with the whole village.
What you hear about Demeter's cross? Don't be shy. Take a gander. And now...
Whoa, that looks pretty interesting. Okay.
Now that we've met, do your best not to die, yeah? It can be rough out there.
Let's see what I have in my inventory. If I could. What do I have in my inventory? Not much.
Yeah, that's the plan. I wonder what this is about.
Okay, obviously that's not working. But there's something up there. Huh?
Rook, you ready to go?
Not quite. It's always good to look around a little bit. Oh, see? What the hell is that? Whatever it is, I'm staying away.
Huh. The giant owl. Must be something to this.
Always good to explore a little bit, you know, because you end up finding stuff, you can end up building better stuff with the things you find. What the heck is that? Okay. Alright. Where we came from, right? I think so, yep. Alright, let's go.
Harding, you sure you're up for this?
I'm fine. I need to get back in the fight.
Then let's go.
I've never seen fog this thick in Demetta's Crossing.
Man, this looks so nice, dude. How do people hate on this game? Jeez.
This isn't right. The dock usually has people bringing goods to market, bartering and shouting. It's always busy.
Something happened here.
Stay sharp.
It's so quiet.
Too quiet.
Where is everybody? market day. People should be out selling eggs and buying bread. But everything's just abandoned.
They barricaded the main entrance into town.
To keep something out.
No, to keep something in.
It's blight. Even worse than in the forest.
They need to stay.
You okay? What happened here?
Keep them inside. Listen to the mayor.
Hello?
I don't think he can hear us.
Oh shit. Yeah, this is getting crazy. Okay.
We'll be rewarded. All of us. Everyone has to stay. No, you can't leave.
Hey, can you hear me?
Just stay here, and everything will be fine.
So this is getting real interesting. I'm glad I didn't, yeah. Because I have this for PC, which looks even crazier than this. I don't have nothing crazy, just a 4060, but I'm very thankful.
Someone used powerful magic to dominate the minds of these villagers.
That's the thing. When I first play through a game, I don't like to put my picture up, or my video up there. I like to experience the game for what it is. I like the audience to experience the game for what it is. I'll throw my commentary throughout. If it's like a multiplayer game or a game that I've already beaten, I'll definitely put the video up. I'll have some cool stuff for you to look at in the video feed. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What is all this? It's not hurting me. Okay. What in the hell? Oh, that's nasty something. Oh, jeez. Whoa, man. This stuff ain't pretty. This ain't no joke right here.
The town square.
We need to search for survivors.
Let's see what we can find. Fan out.
So if it's red, yeah, that's not red, that's orange, kind of. It's like super dark red, you can like destroy it. I think this, yeah, oh, that's the same color, yeah. But, you know, now you kind of know what I'm talking about, you know, certain areas you can.
This is Adeline. I knew her. She was a farmer. Sold spices to us, the best in Arlethan. I can't believe this happened.
Look at that.
Uh-oh. Okay. Gotta figure out a good way to farm some gold without, you know, being too crazy repetitive with it, you know? Repetitiveness just, ooh, angers me. It doesn't anger me, but it just bores the heck out of me. I can't sit there and play Call of Duty multiplayer just all day, every day. I mean, Now, if I'm playing with a team of guys and we all have one goal in
Is
mind to
that an
get the money,
Arabelle on the roof?
of course I'm
Light
gonna
must have
play
lifted
every
it up
single
there.
day, all the time. I'm gonna practice. I'm gonna, you know what I mean? I'm gonna treat it as a actual sport. Um, but I haven't met the divine few that I need to, you know, network with
This
there.
blight is weird.
Ever seen anything like it?
Never. Blight's usually dead, static. But this is alive.
Okay, let's keep going. Might be more survivors.
I'm like at the very end of Avowed for my
What was
first
that?
playthrough.
Something big.
I'm
Stay
gonna
sharp.
finish that, and then I'm gonna start a
Over
new
there. 2 more
game, and then I'm
survivors.
gonna stream that. That while I have my video in.
Hey, what's going on here?
Find the veil jumpers. Bring them to the mayor.
They're talking about Jahel and Milva.
They said bring them to the mayor. If we find the mayor, then maybe we'll find your friends.
Why were they looking for veil jumpers? What did the mayor want with them? Look, more people.
Must round up everyone.
Must get them inside.
We will be rewarded.
They don't look right. They look like this blight is messing with them. Look at that. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. That's crazy. What the... See, this game's crazy. Why was they hating
That's
on
one of your
this,
fellow
man?
veil
I don't...
jumpers.
Ay, ay, ay.
Melara,
Jahel! He's alive!
Melara.
We're going to help you. We'll get you down, Jahel.
No, listen. The gods have returned. I saw them. I heard their voices.
The gods did this?
A blood ritual to release the blight. The villagers, they said they needed power. Melara, be careful.
Help me, anyone!
Oops, excuse me, guys. Well, I'm smoking on a one of my favorite strains, this
That sounds
420.
close.
I discovered it last year, so I would like to find a new quality strain. I'm in California, so grass is always greener over here, you know. But there's a strain I'm partaking in called garlic cookies. It was my favorite strain of last year. Obviously, I'm smoking on it again this year. Um, I'm not a rich man, so I have to, you know. But there's going to be a cannabis Super Bowl type of event where everybody's going to be. It's kind of like a cannabis cup. Everybody's going to be competing. Um, to see who has the best strains and the best, best flour. And then my buddy's gonna have a hashathon coming up. I'll share details of all these events for those who are interested. So yeah, I'm gonna hold on, where's my little bit of grinder at? So yeah, I'm just you know getting stuff together for my podcast studio. It's taking more time than I thought. I feel like Dr. Umar. Oh gee, it's coming. Oh geez, no offense. But it does take time when you're doing it by yourself, and that's a fact. That's a Fendi fact. But I'm in a better area now, and I'm trying to network with those, with individuals. You know, I've met a few good men so far, but we're still getting to know each other. And eventually we'll be able to get down to business, you know. That meaning, pretty much I'm looking for editors. I'm looking for good editors. I'm also learning how to, somebody that can actually dumb it down for me a little bit, teach me how to edit. I've been looking through YouTube, but you know, it all depends on the program and can I afford it and this, that, and the other. Some programs I can just acquire, know what I mean? And but it just really depends on what I'm using to edit. Once I find a program that I can use and can understand, maybe somebody could dumb it down for me, show me how to do a few things there. I'll be able to edit on my own. At that point, I'll still need a few good men to help. Uh, and so, yeah. So give me 2 seconds here while I load my little glass pipe up here. If you're gonna smoke some good quality, smoke it out of a glass cannabis pipe. Not. I've seen some people do some very weird things. I've seen. Oh, jeez. I've seen somebody smoke uh, cannabis extract. This is before everybody knew how to refine it and it had all the nasty impurities in it out of a crack. It's not a crack pipe, but a crank pipe, and just hit that thing like it was regular, and nobody would look at you funny. I'm looking at this guy. Matter of fact, this guy was driving and hitting the crank pipe. But it didn't have crank in it. It had, oh, jeez, I've seen some weird stuff, guys. I don't do drugs. I've never done any of that crazy. I smoke weed though, and I sip fine wines. Ooh wee.
Help me! Hurry!
Okay, well, let's get into it.
Here?
No! 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 Please! Hey!
Fresh blood, a hungry heart. Creature, come to me.
I
Dang,
You're
that
the
was
mayor of this
movie. That
town.
was movie magic,
The
bro.
village.
Right there. That
The
was
people.
yikes.
Blighted. Dead. All of them.
You gave them to the gods, didn't you? Didn't you?
They were in my head, infecting my thoughts. They made me do it. Please, help me.
You're not going anywhere until I get the full story.
I tried to protect people. You have to believe me. The gods told me to lure the Veil Jumpers to the center of town. The others were to be rounded up and kept safe. They would be the first to witness the glory of Gillenane's new creation. She showed me gold. So much gold.
All this for gold. The villagers, the Veil Jumpers, the Blights everywhere. Demeter's Crossing is dead because of your greed.
I didn't know. You don't understand what it was like to hear those voices.
The gods exploited his greed and fear.
I'm supposed to feel sorry for him? I say we leave him right here.
But I'll die. The Blights everywhere. What if the dragon comes back?
If we let you go, you'll run straight back to the gods.
They were in his head. Their influence might linger.
I understand what they do now. I won't be tempted again, I swear.
Rook.
Let's get him out of there.
What? This entire village is dead because of him.
I know.
Then why spare him?
He's greedy and pathetic, but that doesn't mean he deserves to die.
Thank you.
I didn't ask for your gratitude.
Then, if I may offer some advice, steel yourself. I felt their power. The promises they make, it's irresistible.
Then try harder next time. Don't make me regret saving you.
Yes, of course. But you should be worried about the rest of the world. Or this will be our future.
The Fade had opened, and the gods were free. Thanks to Solus, they'd woken up to find their empire, their subjects, even their fellow gods, all gone. But they still had the power of the Blight, and corrupting a village was just the start. They made plans to tap more of the Blight, all of it, to rebuild their empire. As a path to power, it had its costs. And everyone would pay for it.
Fast traveling is very convenient, but when you're first starting off, you kind of want to just foot it out because you're going to be able to find a lot of resources, level up, maybe enemies, things of that nature. A lot of enemies you should be able to find, so you can level up your character a bit. So when you get to the actual main, do a lot of side missions, kind of bulk up your party there. Get everybody leveled up with good weapons and armor, and then start taking on the challenging stuff.
did you find our scouts?
They're dead. I'm sorry. Elganon and Gillenane sacrificed them in some kind of ritual.
Creators. What about the rest of the village?
The ritual spread blight everywhere. The entire village was overrun.
The few who survived are controlled by blood magic. Their minds are gone.
Elganon and Gillenane used them like puppets.
I dare say it was a show of force. They will not rest until you are on your knees, fearful, cowering, helpless in the face of such power.
Lady Morrigan?
'Tis simply Morrigan to you, Scout Harding. What a pleasure to see you again.
Rook, this is Morrigan, an old acquaintance. I thought she could help.
Morrigan helped the Inquisition when Varric and I were part of it. She knew more about ancient magic than anyone, except Solus.
'Twas both pleasure and necessity to help then, as it is now. Stopping Elganon and Gillenane shall require many hands.
Then I look forward to your help.
How refreshing. Your cooperative nature is appreciated in return.
What can you tell us about all this?
As dangerous as Solus himself may be, his imprisonment of the gods was just. To leave them unchecked would have been the very end of Thedas.
Not if we stop it first.
Ah, the confidence of youth. You shall need a good deal more of it.
I suppose you have some advice?
Set aside your notions of godhood and see them for the ancient, powerful mages they are. Standing against them shall require serious magic of your own. When you interrupted the Dreadwolf's ritual, did you happen across any of the tools he used?
He had a dagger, but it got lost in the chaos.
Then you would do well to find it. 'Tis better in your hands than those of the gods.
Is there anything else Solus might have had that could help us? We're in his, well, he calls it the lighthouse?
Ah, yes. The legendary sanctum of the Dreadwolf. 'Tis said his Illuvian, the Viravas, could travel to any other Illuvian of his choosing.
That's not how it works right now. It only goes to Arlethan.
I can take a look at it. Maybe fix it, even. I know Illuvians better than most.
Any help you can offer, we'd appreciate.
If Illuvians even work the same way, all the magic is different now. Our gods are back. Our gods! And they're killing people and blinding the world. How do we stand up against that?
None of us can do this alone, but we can stop them together. Alara, you're one of the only people in the world who can get our Illuvian working. Harding can track down the Lyrian dagger, and Nev can spot any clues we might miss that give us more information. Let's get to work. There's a lot of fight ahead of us.
Indeed. Prepare yourselves well and have a care in your choices. These are the times in which legends are born or slain. In this battle, I shall render whatever assistance I am able.
Right. Let's move.
You can do this, Lace. It's gotta be done. I should have taken the shot.
That would have made things worse.
You don't know that. All you have are guesses.
We're up against something unfamiliar, working with more rumors than facts. Of course that's all I have.
I should have taken the shot.
We shouldn't be at each other's throats.
I'm not. Nev, I'm not. I don't blame you, or Rook, or anyone.
So just yourself? How's that working out?
Tried to stop the world from being swallowed by chaos, and now it might be swallowed by chaos anyway. Elven gods escape from their prison, Solus is in your head, and we're scrambling to figure out what to do. And Varric?
Varric knew the risks. He knew what it might cost.
We're still standing. The fight's not over.
You know, I like that about you, Lace. You don't stop fighting, you push for answers and action, while I can get stuck on questions forever.
Well, we need someone who can put the pieces of the puzzle together. We're fighting the unknown.
Exactly. Everyone has a part to play. Varric brought us together because of our strengths. He wanted a team he could rely on. We have to be that team.
Play to our strengths.
And rely on each other.
I think I can manage that.
Then let's find Solus's dagger. It'll be a start. Look.
I can feel lingering magic. Powerful magic.
The dagger was here. Something took it. Darkspawn. Oh no, what if it took the dagger?
Only one way to find out.
Look, there it goes. Big darkspawn coming right at us!
Look up there. That magical device.
Let's keep on the trail.
Darkspawn don't usually collect things, do they?
Solus's dagger is special. They might have been drawn to it.
I actually forgot to plug in my PlayStation's Ethernet cord, so we're going to do that right now. In the chat, or if you guys watch the rebroadcast, if you notice any sort of improvements, please let me know in the comments. All right. I bet you there's a trophy. Oh, geez. I bet you there's a trophy for breaking stuff. But it is kind of fun to do when you
Anyone spot that ghoul? It must have come this way.
when you dodge in and stuff. It's
Look out! More dark spawn ahead.
All right, everyone. More darkspawn coming out of those pools. this.
Let's end this. Take the shot. Did you find the dagger?
I don't think these Darkspawn took it. Let's keep looking.
Well, that was fun. Now, you know, the only thing I'm looking forward to, I don't know if they're going to do it in this game or who knows, other games that are coming out in the future. I would appreciate if they had, I don't know, 10 different characters and you all were on just like this. You know, and you can switch out their weapon, every character on your team. And better yet, have it to where you have 10 on you, but then you have another 10 or 15 at a campsite or put away somewhere that you can switch out different. Ooh, jeez. And it's just like this. Graphics, be better graphics. Shoot, VR for that matter. Ooh, and you really got a situation. That is on par to being a Grand Theft Auto like competitor. You start doing stuff like that. Oh, okay. Oh, there's some enemies around somewhere, or what? Oh, they spit out poison on me, that's why. Necros? Necrotism. Hmm.
Over there, a dagger thief.
More blight in the way. And there's probably another one.
Nicely done. I mean, it's gross, but you can't argue with results.
Oh, wait. There we go. More treasure. There we go. So close this. Oh, I think I... How you guys doing? Welcome to the stream. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Nothing too important to talk about. Sorry I've been gone for so long.
You're right.
Okay.
Look, another one of those magical beams. There are 2 of these devices this time. I bet we'll need to direct beams at both of them.
That's one. Now to find the other.
Good work. Now let's see what's behind that gate.
Holy. Oh. We're not going that way. Guess we're not going that way either.
That's a problem. They're hitting us from afar. Nice hit, Rook. Nice hit, Dev.
Well, that's done. There we go.
You okay, Rook? That had to hurt. That has to be the ghoul we're tracking.
Better hope it still has the dagger.
Get ready.
Hey, yo. Okay, this guy's a little resilient there.
Lyrium.
Harding? Harding!
This is the eternal hymn, the prayer and the proclamation. Isa Tuno. I am. We are free again. Whole again. Here again. Here again.
Harding!
I can hear it. The song of the stone. What is happening to me? What the?
Are you moving those rocks?
I don't know. I don't know how to control it. on your right! They're coming from the right!
That goes to you.
Good to go.
Look out!
Got him in position! That dagger. What did it do to me?
Not sure, but we should get back. We'll talk it through there.
Your pet has failed, sister. And now the magic of the Dreadwolf's dagger is hidden from me. Fen Harel meddles once again.
If his dagger's beyond our reach, we must craft another. Made of red lyrium.
You said something took you over?
Something like that?
And it's still with you?
Yes. I think so. It can't be possession, can it?
I doubt it. Dwarves can't be possessed. They aren't connected to the Fade. Solus's dagger triggered this event. But how? Or why? I'm sorry, Lace. I wish I had answers.
It's all right. Talking has helped. And hey, we got the dagger, right? Mission accomplished. Dwarves have never used magic. We can't.
They got this dagger, little do they know, another one's being made out of some crazy material. Go back a little bit if you want to know what that is.
It's not the magic I know.
What do you mean?
It's clearly stone-focused, which makes sense. Dwarves are children of the stone.
Mages connect to the Fade. Dwarves reach out to the stone? Maybe?
Maybe.
I guess we don't have any real answers.
It's a wonderful gift. You must be proud.
But I didn't do anything to earn this. How could I be proud? I don't even know how it happened. It's all a little strange. But not in a bad way. I feel... connected.
To
the stone. Dwarves call ourselves children of the stone. Some of us have what we call stone sense. Those that have it can feel caves, lyrium veins, and faults in the rock. I wasn't one of them. Maybe the dagger unlocks something hidden. But this is more than the stone sense I know. I hope you're right that this is a gift. I'd be heartbroken if it caused problems.
I trust you have all this handled. You always have things handled.
I just hope I can use this magic to do what's right.
I have faith.
I'll send word to the Grey Wardens about the blight we saw. And then I'm gonna lie down.
And we need more answers about what the gods are planning. I'll find some place to relax and try to reach Solus in the Fade.
Good luck. Try not to let him get to you. It feels like we're finally making some progress. And I'm not sure what my new magic's about, but I know it feels right.
With their eyes on the Dreadwolf and the gods he'd set loose, they couldn't see their own personal demons coming to haunt them. Harding told herself it felt right. She was connected to the stone, to the lost titans, and all of Dwarven history, with its buried secrets. How could that be anything but good?
Guess I should find some place to try to talk to Solus. Wait, that room wasn't there before. I don't think. Therefore, Harding must have put my pack here. That makes sense. Better place to sleep than the infirmary. Guess I can spare a few moments to unpack my things. Varric and his life lessons. I asked him how we were supposed to stop Solus, and he gave me this. Take a long, hard look at it, kid. It'll always show the face of a hero who can get it done. If I'm the one who's got to get it done, I should stop admiring myself and get to work. Best drink of my whole life. Fresh water from this pitcher after Varric and I got out of the trap set by that double-crossing noble. We didn't know how close he was to the throne of Ravane, or that stopping him would get me kicked out of the Lords of Fortune until the heat dies down. I won't apologize for surviving a double cross, but if me leaving helped the Lords handle the politics, it was a small price to pay. A peddler gave me this after I saved his caravan from bandits. He was so impressed with the vitar that Qunari wear to protect our faces, and the fireworks he saw at the Ravani festival. Said he had no idea my people were such accomplished alchemists. I guess it's better than thinking all Qunari are big lumbering brutes, but still. Well, he meant well. The ever-turning orb. My final training project as an apprentice. I spent months finding the precise balance of energy flows to make the enchantment permanent. Might have gone faster if I hadn't been exhausted from too many late-night escapades. Oh well, still got it done. Right, that's better. Now, how do I connect to Solus? Just sleep or relaxing? Maybe if I clear my mind.
Back so soon. It must have been worse than I had thought.
Hello, Dreadwolf.
Ah, but perhaps I am mistaken. You may be here to correct me, to tell me that my concerns were unfounded. You could not possibly be here to take advice from the one you called the Elven God of Lies.
This was one of the characters that you played in the last game.
This has been a big week for running into things I didn't think were possible.
You are adapting quickly?
I need to know what the gods are planning.
You are asking for knowledge no mortal in this world is privy to. If I am to share it with you, I need to know what makes you the right person to lead the fight against Algernon and Gillenane.
Someone has to do something. I may not be the right person for this job, but I'm the only one left.
So your call to action is that any attempt is better than none?
Back in the Lords of Fortune, I was hired to accompany this noble who was hunting for an old relic. The noble betrayed us and left us to die in an ancient ruin collapsing around us.
But you escaped with your team and then tracked down and prevented the noble from selling the relic to the Venatori.
How'd you know that?
You helped Varric pursue me for the better part of a year. It would have been foolish not to learn about who was hunting me.
Then you know that if someone has to make a call, I'll do it.
I suppose I was not so different when I started.
Started what?
My rebellion against the Evanuris. The Elven Gods, as you call them. They wish to reclaim their dominion over this world. To accomplish that, they will need two things. First, the Blight, What exists in this world is a bare fragment of its power. The rest is imprisoned, until they release it.
What would they need to do to free the Blight? And how do we stop them from doing it?
They will need to pierce the veil to reach the Blight's prison. My Lyrium dagger is one of the few artifacts capable of doing so.
We've already recovered it from the ritual site.
Excellent. Then they will have to make their own. That will give you time.
You said the gods needed two things, and the Blight is the first. What's the second?
Followers. They have called themselves gods. And what is a god without worshippers to sing their praises?
You think they want the elves back? I don't think the elven people will bend a knee to blighted murderous monsters.
Agreed. Elganan and Gillenane care little for the elves. They will find worshippers among those hungry for power. Tyrants and bullies. The cruel and the corrupt, who fear their own vulnerability and seize any chance to feel strong. If you hunt them, they will lead you to Elganan and Gillenane.
I came here for specifics, not fortune-telling.
I would tell you more were I not currently imprisoned thanks to your actions.
Fine. I'll go kick the trees and see what falls out.
The Veravas, the lighthouse Soluvian, can take you anywhere, if you master its secrets. Have you done so?
Not yet, but we've got one of the Veil Jumpers working on it. She'll get it sorted, and we'll see how it goes.
Yes. I suppose we will. And when you speak with Varric, please tell him that I regret what happened.
So Solus told the truth about the gods.
You heard? It's bad, Varric. If you'd seen Demeter's crossing...
The team needs to act fast. And it can't do that with me leading from a bed. You've got to take point on this.
I'll get it done.
I never doubted it.
Harding might.
Rook, when I put this team together, what did I look for? A detective to find the Dreadwolf, and a scout to get us the lay of the land. Exactly the people he'd expect me to recruit. Disciplined, predictable. And then there's you. Remember when we first met, kid? That scheming noble locked us up inside that tomb. Tightest corner I've ever been in. But you kept your cool. Fought off the Guardians. Discovered an escape route.
And triggered a cave-in?
The big one. Ravani leaders lined up to yell at you for that, but you've got a knack, kid.
For what?
Finding a way through the wildest shit I've ever seen. With a plan that no one expects. On the best day of his life, Solus wouldn't see you coming, Rook. And don't worry. I'll still be here to talk if you need me.
I'll let you get some rest.
You're gonna be fine, Rook. Hey, one last thing before you go. I've been racking my brain thinking of contacts who might help us with these gods.
You got any ideas?
Nothing. But being a leader isn't about having all the answers yourself. It's about knowing who does. Nev has connections to a whole world that Harding and I barely know. Might be worth talking to her.
Will do. Thanks, Varric.
Anytime. I wish I could be out there with you, Rook. Just be careful, all right?
Nev, you've got wisps.
Yeah, they came with the place. But you're here for leads. You want allies to go after the gods? I've got places to look, if we can get anywhere but Arlathan.
Valara's working on it. What have you got?
Let's start with the angles we know. The gods are corrupt magic personified. Who do we hire to fight that? First, the Antivan Crows.
You want to fight gods with assassins?
Not just any assassin, their most feared mage killer, the Demon of Virantium.
Well, I'm sold. Now we charm the crows.
Fingers crossed. The demon got his nickname taking out blood mages and Venatori. From everything I've learned, the reputation was earned. I never uncovered his real name, and there's been fewer stories the last few years, but the crows would know. I can set a meeting with their bosses.
This is great. Thanks, Nev.
It's what I'm here for.
You said the crows were first. What's next?
A trip home.
Back to Minrathous.
Capital city and heart of Tevinter. An empire of mages that knows a thing or two about corrupt magic.
Tevinter authority
Won't help and can't be trusted, which is why we talk to the Shadow Dragons. They're a resistance group that fights slavers, blood magic, and imperial corruption. They've got eyes and ears everywhere, including mine. If the gods enter the Empire, we might get something. Besides, I owe them an update.
These people sound great. I mean, if they're anything like you.
No one's as good as they seem. But they try.
So we talked to the crows in Antiva and the shadow dragons in Minrathous.
I wouldn't mind checking in on my neighborhood either. If Balara's ready for us.
Yeah. Should check how things are going.
Almost there. I just have to... Shit! Sorry.
Can I help?
No, I got it. Mostly. Mirrors are funny things, aren't they? Reflections. They distort reality, no matter what you try. And there's the trick. Control that distortion. There you have it.
What is that place?
If I had to guess, it's the Fade. Another part of it, I mean.
Didn't Morrigan say this Illuvian could go anywhere? Didn't think that meant elsewhere in the Fade.
She called it the Veer of Us. Freedom of ways. I wonder...
Maybe Morrigan got this one wrong? Or misspoke?
Morgan can be a little inscrutable sometimes, but she chooses her words very carefully.
Some of the older texts talk about a place in the Fade where all the Illuvians meet. A crossroads where you could travel across all of Thedas in just minutes.
Right. We saw something similar when we were chasing Solus. I wonder if it's the same.
It is alike, and it is not.
Who are you? And how did you get here?
The Wolf's Fang. You carry it now. Old paths. A new journey. Through there. I will wait.
Well, can't tell if that's a trap or not. But we're short on options. One way to find out.
And it didn't feel dangerous, you know? Almost more... sad.
We have no idea what or who they are, so let's be careful. We need to be ready for anything.
And we still don't know what this Illuvian's gonna do. One of us should probably stay behind in case it closes.
Good point.
Just tell us when you're ready to go, Rook, and then we can figure out what's going on.
Hello again. Who are you?
A caretaker. I go where I am needed, Dweller. Now, I am here.
And where is here?
The crossroads.
Can you help us? I get the feeling this is no place to get lost.
The Evenurus hunger for the crossroads. Their influence is spreading. Blight, death, madness. They send their minions to claim this place. The crossroads is in a time of need, Dweller. I cannot protect you.
You don't have to. If you're standing against the gods, then consider us reinforcements. Blight, roots, and magical seals? What's through there?
can't travel this way.
The gods are trying to slow us down, which means we can do some real good here.
Yeah, this dock seems sturdy. So, you can ferry us to the other islands?
Winds await, dweller.
I'll take that as a yes.
To other shores. The spirits here were driven out, refugees now from the gods' minions. I have summoned the guardians of the crossroads to protect them. Beware. The guardians repel all interlopers.
Ancient defenders aren't very discerning.
The Fater! That's where they're breaking through.
Guess we can thank the gods for that.
Your strength becomes not fight on or die! I am
Hitting us from range. I am blessed. We must win. Take the We're getting good at this.
About to have a problem. Let's finish this.
Nice one, Rook.
The gods' blight and blood magic has sealed the way. Only their champion may open it.
A champion?
It dwells on this island. Challenge the champion and claim its essence. This path will open to you.
We're not alone.
Sure thing.
What's this? It looks like an entryway. What's going on here?
That poor spirit's being held prisoner.
You're awake. How's your head? The guards really knocked you about.
Well, it's...
Do you remember our mission? Gillenane's lab. The wolf sent us to infiltrate her testing grounds. Things didn't go perfectly to plan, but the wolf smuggled in help. A key. If you can fight, grab the key and we'll run for it. Just be ready for whatever the witch has in store.
It's like all she sees is another ancient elf. One of...
Ah, freedom. We'll move faster if we split up. See you ahead.
Blight. Be careful.
Is it real blight or just a memory?
These are more than just memories. Fight! So Gillenane was experimenting with Blight and Darkspawn. The Blight infested her lab. If it's a memory, let's go with it. We need to find our way out before Gillenane finds us.
Wolf, you came for us. Your key was enough.
This unnatural corruption demanded my personal attention. It is strong. It has already blocked the escape route I had planned. We will need another way to the surface.
Let's all split up and find it.
I will destroy what corruption I can. You must cut through these monstrosities before Gillenane unleashes something worse.
Solus sounded rattled.
He was spooked. By the Blight, I mean.
You see boundless creation and choose to destroy it? Learn respect for the life that will succeed you.
She's using the testing grounds against us. Time to go.
free! And faster than anticipated. Perhaps you and your allies warrant more study.
Through to Gillenay's prize specimens.
Rook, think of the Darkspawn we face compared to these. What if...
Maybe the Darkspawn we've been seeing aren't new. Maybe they're old.
Here, the blessing you denied. Oh, help me! Ah!
Damn. Gillenay got her.
Blood! I'm burning up!
Look out!
You would unleash a blight on this world and call it a masterwork! You, who are the most sensitive of us!
All that I am belongs to the pursuit of creation. You chose to constrain yourself. I must climb to the heights only understood by gods. I go now to join them.
Wolf, you are greater than any of them. Please, help me.
Come on. Be the god she needs. Help her.
I am so sorry I failed you. There is only one way I can help you now.
Wolf.
This place and the corruption within it must be eradicated. No trace can be allowed to spread. Go. Your work here is done. There is no need for you to witness what I must do.
It's over. Solus destroyed the lab, the blight that was here, and his agent.
I'm sure he sees some greater good. The people in his wake... To get there, not as much.
This fragment might tell us more.
deeper currents.
Are you one spirit who moves around, or